Sawadika. Good morning, everyone. Okay, right. Today is, as promised, as planned. Okay, is the English course. Okay, for the essence of the Buddha's teaching. Okay, so welcome everyone to Put and greeting to everyone who is watching the live stream at home. Okay, right. It is a pleasure to be here, and I hope that you all follow. I expect to have at least some foreigner. Is there any foreigner who is not Thai here? No, none. It doesn't look like it. Okay, I expect at least one, but she doesn't turn up. Yeah, I hope she come later. Katie. Right. Don't think that you all are really totally beginners to the Buddhist course. Okay, you're more or less of the veteran in the Buddha's teaching. However, today we plan to do the beginning, which whether you have lots of knowledge about Buddhism or not, really it doesn't matter. Today, the content will try to give you the clear perspective of what Buddhism is all about, especially in the foreigner's eyes. Okay? The two children, are you okay? You understand clearly of what I'm talking? How old are you, darling? How many? 8? You're 8 years old. Yeah, I remember you. How about you? Are you a boy or girl? You are 9 years old. Okay, very good. So you understand me perfectly, right? Okay, good, very good. We got the audience of the 8 and 9 years, okay, who might believe that you go to the international school or the English course, whatever. Okay, right. This course will be very good for people who might be watching at home who are foreigners, okay, who really want to know something about Buddhism and have no idea what Buddhism is all about. So I'm going to give you a very clear perspective. Buddhism is very much like this. You know what do they call this kind of doll? Do you know? Hello? Okay? These are what they call Russian doll. So what you can do is that this one, okay, you can put into this one and this one can put into, this one can put into this one can put into this one, that kind of thing. So this picture, this image represents the many layer of Buddhism, okay? The establishment, or what you call the exterior, okay? What you want to ask, little girl? You want to ask something? We carry on, listen first, okay? I listen to your question later. So, Buddhism is started from the exterior, which is the establishment, culture, all these things, okay, and all the way down to the core or the essence of Buddhism. The essence of Buddhism, really, in general term, you're talking about the ultimate truth, okay, the state of mind that there is nothing that can go beyond, which the Buddha used the term nirvana, okay, or in some general term you can use the label as God, whatever, it doesn't matter. Those are all label. The ultimate truth, nirvana, God, Tao, these are all label, they're all symbol, okay. So this is the ultimate, okay. So let's have a look. Size of Buddhism. The exteriors, we talk about the temple, the establishment, hierarchy. Yeah, whether you believe or not, I mean, in Buddhism, we also have the different level of hierarchies. I mean that the status of the monk, okay, go all the way from the basic to the highest one, like the supreme patriarch of, the establishment, พระสังฆราช Also, the ceremonies or the tradition, the ritual, giving the alms that the Thai people are very much, grow up with, okay, get up in the morning and then prepare food, waiting for the monk to come through a house by, in the front, and then we offer the alms. And then the robes, okay, all the way to the Buddha statue, the temple, or the glitter, the grandeur of the entire establishment. So I'd like you to know that these are the exterior side of Buddhism, of the Buddhist establishment, which is the part that you can say that look after, taking care of, or cover, okay, the essence of Buddhism. And if the exterior is too thick, it will completely hinder the essence of Buddhism. Okay, so let's have a look what the essence of Buddhism is all about. The essence of Buddhism really is all talking about the self-empowerment. You know what the empowerment is? It's all about putting the destiny of your life in your own hands. Put the destiny of life in your own hands, okay? Regain your mental and spiritual freedom. Yeah, I'm going to introduce my very humble tool, the product. So this bottle of water represents our body, okay? Mind is our thoughts and feelings. And then spirit, okay, which I put the red part in here. Body, mind, and spirit. Spirit is your consciousness, the same thing. Okay, so what you know is the mind and spirit, or mind and consciousness. These are the part that you cannot see in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you can only see the solid past, okay, who look handsome and look beautiful, but you cannot see your mind and consciousness, or your mind and spirit. But this is the part that gives us problem. The problem as that you call stress, anxiety, all the way to suicidal. Okay, so put the destiny of life into our own hand, regain mental and spiritual freedom. Come from the fact that all of us, humanity, we all have this unsettlement from stress, worry, anxiety. Okay, all the way to, depression and breakdown. So the Buddha trying to help us to understand what's happening, what's going on. Okay, so that we can regain our mental and spiritual freedom, which means that this state of mind has no freedom whatsoever. Okay, so, and then we can understand how our mind consciousness works, how it works. This is all about the essence of Buddhism, as well as learning a mental skill to defeat our unwanted and painful thoughts and feelings. Okay, so all this is all about the essence of, okay, which, believe it or not, the majority of the Buddhist people, they don't really grasp this part. Most of the Buddhist people in Thailand, okay, they all really just know the exterior part, even though this is a Buddhist country. Okay, so today I'm not going to talk about the exterior because I'm not really qualified. I'm just a woman, a housewife, a grandma. I don't talk about this part, the establishment, I'm going to delve into the essence of Buddhism and try to help you to understand how our mind consciousness works so that you can resolve your mental unsettlement that you call stress, worry, anxiety, all the way to and breakdown. Is that okay? Okay, so this is the deal that we are going to do today. So even though you are watching this teaching at home, okay, please follow carefully when I lead, the class to engage in the meditation side. I really like you to take part in. Just make it as if that you are sitting here at your Putika Samakom with us. Okay, right. Have a look. Now, one aspect of Buddhism begins with this question. Okay, so we start with the very fundamental question of a life. To begin with, the right question is very important. It's very important because it can really change your life forever. Okay, the question like, who am I? Okay, why I'm here? Why I'm here? I don't talk about why we are here at your Putika Samakom in this room. Why we are here on this planet? Why we are here on earth? Who sent me here? Who sent me here? Okay? I don't know whether you both, the little boy, the little girl, have you asked this before? เป็นผู้หญิงหมดทั้งสองคนใช่ไหมนี่ก็ผู้หญิงใช่ไหมคะผู้ชาย Okay, sorry, it's just the light get into my eyes. I cannot place. Yeah. Have you ever asked this question, boys and girls? You never asked. Maybe you will ask now, okay? Even though you are 8 or 9 years old, you begin to ask that, who am I? Why I'm here? Okay? And now that I'm here on this planet, what should I do as a human being? Okay, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Okay, who sent me here? All these things. These questions are very fundamental. Are very fundamental that I really urge you to ask if you have never asked these questions before. Please begin to ask this question so that your life will be direct into, the good course. Okay. For your own benefit. That benefit will lead you to ending your mental turmoil if you ask the right question. But if you ask the wrong question, how I'm doing, that won't lead you anywhere. Okay, I'm okay, I can eat, I can breathe, it won't lead you. But if you ask that, why I'm here for? What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Okay, you lead to something that is more, valuable. But the trouble is that the Buddha is like this. Okay, this doesn't mean personal, okay? Nothing personal. The Buddha just talk in general as a matter of fact. Like this, okay? คนโง่ในโลกนี้มีจำนวนเท่าขนโค How are we going to say that in English? Okay. The ignorant people, the number of the ignorant people is equal to the hair of the cow, of a cow, okay? The number of wise people in the world is related to the horn of the cow. How many horns in one cow? How many? You know a cow? A cow, C-O-W, cow. Fingers stick up. Okay, there are only 2 cows. It means that wise people, they are really in the small minority, in opposed to the ignorant people. The ignorant people toward the spiritual knowledge. I don't talk, though the Buddha didn't talk about the ignorant people in the field of intellectual knowledge. Intellectual knowledge, you might be called a doctor, you have a doctorate degree, your IQ might be very high, okay, 150 IQ, that kind of thing. But spiritually, you can be very much ignorant toward your spiritual knowledge, toward the core teaching of the Buddha. It can be possible. So come back to this picture. The problem is that the majority of the world is really ignorant, spiritually ignorant. Okay, equate to the hair on the cow, which is a lot of people. But this kind of question, the ignorant people cannot help you. They cannot answer this question for you. Okay, it's only the wise people. Okay, so consequently, when you start to ask this kind of question, people cannot help you. So therefore, the ignorant people come up with a very ready-made formula of answer. When you have stress, worry, anxiety, or even have any problem, they all like to ditch out the formula of the answer. Said, don't worry, don't stress out, let's go for a drink, let's go for a meal. I know a restaurant, who is really doing very delicious kway teow, that kind of thing. So let's go out for a drink, for a meal, let's go shopping, let's go holiday, let's go do stuff, you enjoy yourself and then you will forget your problem. Which you do forget your problem, but all this quick fix is only just for a short period of time, right? And after you do all this, drinking, eating, shopping, holidaying, having all these things, in the end, you have to come back to your own environment, like your home. And then that is the place where all the problems are rooted, right? Okay? And then you come back to square one again. So therefore, our society, it just, having the quick fix as the solution. And make a society just chasing after money, because money is the only thing that you can buy all this quick fix for you. Okay? And all these fundamental questions remain unanswered. So let's have a look. The confusion and why. In not knowing answer to this powerful we are submerged in the confusion and mental pain. We spend so much time focused on our lives, making sure that we have the best self, the best of everything for ourselves, for our family, okay? Which is supposed to, to be so fruitful, consequently. But the reality is that it's totally in the opposite. Even though you spend so much time focused on yourself, focus on your family, giving them the best, we look at the result. Yet life still doesn't work out. Is it true? We got the broken down relationship, okay, divorcing, husband and wife, unsatisfactory job, okay, get ourselves into some kind of addiction, even addicted to paracetamol, painkiller, okay? And you don't know how to deal with your neighbors from hell, okay? Or your colleague, from hell. You don't know how to deal with them. You don't know how to deal with your ill health, and the list goes on. Is it true? We spend so much time. You think of a vegetable patch. If you spend so much time each day, each week, each month, looking after your pot plant or your vegetable patch, okay, you should have a lot of fruit out of that. It should be so fruitful. And in life, we spend so much time with a problem, but life is still turned out in a failure. So it means that something gone really wrong. Something gone really wrong. Okay, so this is one aspect I'd like you to question. Okay, the other main aspect of Buddhism is that we must start with the inconvenient truth, a bit painful to begin with. Okay, so please be patient as it will get better later on, I promise. Okay, another aspect of Buddhism. So let's have a look. What is it? Okay, physically, a lot of us, I'm sure that you are from the middle class, okay, status quo. Physically, you make your home as your mini heaven. Okay, you sit in your very cozy armchair, maybe with all the entertainment right in front of you, but mentally, your mind is very much like a runaway train. A runaway train with the brake failure. You cannot stop your thoughts and feelings. Your thought and feeling, it just run like 1,000 kilometers an hour. You have no power whatsoever to switch off. If you don't like any of these lights, you can go to the switchboard and switch. The light's gone. Okay? The light of thought is very much like the light that you hate because it's too painful. But you find no for switch it off. Okay, just like the light. And then you even know that if I cannot stop thinking, I will go insane. I will be mad. I'll be committed to a, mental hospital. Okay, you even know that. You see, just the thought, I wish I could. I wish I could do this. The list goes on, no ending. What if? The list also goes on. Okay, no ending. What if the cancer come back? Okay. What if I have an accident? It goes on. All these things. See, physically you are so comfortable, but mentally you are on the verge of a breakdown. And this can be very painful. And we spend so much time, okay, for the time like this, that you have done something so creative, but you cannot help yourself because this is beyond your control because there is no switch. Okay, so today really I'm going to try to help tell you that the essence of the Buddha's teaching is about giving us this switch. This very important switchboard that you can switch off all these unwanted thoughts. So let's have a look. Okay, so the inconvenient truth that the Buddha have summarized for us is, would you like to read for me very loudly, please? Starting this, please. Suffering. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Parting from someone or something we love is suffering. Okay, I'd like you from now on, you hear the word suffering, I'd like you to look into your heart. Okay, look into your heart. Okay, don't think about Klong Tei, don't think about Calcutta or India, about people being, suffering externally. I'd like you to look directly into your own heart, into your own mind, and experience this kind of, discontentment. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now on, I will call boom, boom, boom. Okay, being with someone or something we hate is equally suffering, equally boom, boom, boom. Think about next door to your neighbor from hell. Okay. Your neighbor from hell, it can be something that, suffocate your cat or your dog, okay, poison them. Right, let's have a look. Here are only some example of the inconvenient truth that we are facing on a daily basis. Facing on a daily basis, okay? What this represent? Anger. Okay. I'd like you to know that anger is very similar to a kettle with the boiling water. The state of the water reaches the boiling point, is the state of your emotion, of your angry emotion in the extreme state. Okay? In the extreme state. But a kettle, what they do is they build a kettle that let all the surplus energy to release, right? Otherwise the kettle will be explode. But with your anger, it's just like your emotion is in the state of explosion. And what is the spout? The pueka. The spout, okay, the release passage for your anger. The release passage for your anger is your abusive speech, your abusive action. You must know that. Your abusive speech and action, these are the release of the surplus extreme energy. So you must know that when you are in extreme anger, you cannot understand reason. All your reason, okay, is thrown out of the window. What is that? Whatever you're going to say, no matter how abusive it is, no matter how abusive your action is, it is justified because everyone is wrong. I am right because you make me angry. So therefore, it is justified for me to say this to you, to do this to you, even though it means aggression, violence, including killing someone. Okay, I'm sure that you have seen enough example on the front page news that the husband can kill his wife, a wife can kill husband, parents can kill children, children can kill parents out of anger. Another reason and another fact that you must also know is that people would do, okay, say or act what they don't do when they are sober. And you cannot remain in this kind of extreme anger for too long. 5 minutes is too long already. 3 minutes. And you got to know also that this person who are in extreme anger moments ago, and this person, okay, who is already sober, free from anger, they are two totally different persons. They're not the same person anymore. So this person cannot understand this person who is in extreme anger a while ago. They cannot understand. And they cannot understand why on earth that I, could have done something so horrible, so awful like that to my beloved, to my loved ones. Okay, and what will come next is guilt. The guilty conscience will live with you for life, which is equally painful. Okay, so you got to be very careful from now on how you're going to react. However, what I'm going to offer you today, okay, is all about how to help with your anger management. We'll manage your anger for you, which is all come down to meditation, which we will delve in later. So next time when you need to explode, express all this ugly scene, please do not do in front of the little one, because the mental wound will dig so deeply and will stay with the little ones much longer because they got to live their life. Okay? Right. Let's have a look of another quick fix. This is the quick fix of your the solution that you try to get rid of all the anger. So the expression of the anger. This is another one, another quick fix of the turmoil that you are facing on a daily basis. Okay. Why people need to have, why people draw to addiction of some sort, either alcohol, or drugs, or all kind of addiction. It is because come down to this fundamental problem of having this boom, 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 this unsatisfactory thinking and emotion. And they don't want it. So they want to get rid of this, but they don't know how. They don't know how. Because the entire society, they all have this ready-made solution, this quick fix solution. Oh, let's go for a drink, let's go eat, let's go shopping, let's go holiday, all these things. This is all they know. Okay, let's go for a drink. Okay, because drinking, especially drinking alcohol, it can make you forget all this for a short period of time. That's why. Okay, so that's why people, get into some kind of addiction. Okay, all these things as well that we are hooked into, the technology, the phone, or this Facebook, Line, all these things. This is also another quick fix. Please look at yourself, when you sit, you cannot sit still. You fidget all the time. You can't help to grab this thing and check whether, you got the light, this thing. This is also another. Yeah, you have to be very careful. Okay? Right. And then another quick fix. Yeah, a very direct, quick fix. Okay, is suicide. Okay. Let's see, I don't have the figures for you, okay? But this kind of quick fix, as in suicide, the number of suicide is quite scary now. It's really quite frightening. I give you the number in England. In England, each week, men under 40, I think is, if I remember correctly, 84 men each week under 40 commit suicide each week. This number, I got it from my student, okay, who got to work with all these figures. This is the updated figures that they got to deal with, all the time. So it's quite updated. And that is in England, okay? But in Thailand, the rate of suicide, it used to be in the 70 or 80, okay? But now it has moved up to 38. The number of people who commit suicide each year, the ranking in Thailand, it has moved up from 70 or 80 up to 38, which means that there are more people commit suicide in Thailand, which is another quick fix. Okay, of the mental problem, of the mental turmoil, okay, which is quite alarming as well. Okay, see, something like this, will you be, it's quite scary as well, isn't it? Yeah. This picture, I like to explain a bit that, we like to moan, we like to complain a lot about life, that life have no spice, have no color. We try to, because it's really so mundane. You get up early in the morning, get yourself ready, have a bit of breakfast, and then go out to fight with the traffic, go to work, and go into the workplace that you don't really enjoy, but you have to because you need to have cash, right? To earn the money, get the money to buy food, to pay for your gas, your electricity, your transport, the car, your house, or whatever, pay for the phone as well. Okay, and then life is repeated like that. You come back and every day it's just the same like that. And then you long for a holiday. You long for a holiday because holiday means that, you can do something out of the ordinary. But I'd like you to think a bit differently and try to use the word gratitude, thank you. In the morning, when you get up, oh no, let me rewind a bit. Okay, so among all these complaints that you do every day, do you know that you need just one phone call? You need just one phone call. Hello, I don't know who you are, but I'm the policeman. I'm in the accident scene. Okay, this phone is from the driver who just have a crash and the accident is quite fatal. Only one phone call, and that phone call can turn your life upside down. Katie, please sit here. Yeah, been waiting for you. Okay. Come in. No? Okay. Okay? That phone call, it can turn your life upside down. And the word normality, ปกติ will be just disappear from the dictionary of your family for good, forever. Because from then on, you either look after yourself or your beloved, okay, who are either bedbound or wheelchair bound for the rest of your life. That one phone call. And what you want back to your life is not about the colorful life that you long for. What you want back is what? Is the mundane life that you complain every day, right? What you don't want is, please take away all this bed bound, wheelchair bound. Go on, go away. Just give me back that mundane life. I won't complain again. Promise, I won't complain again. So I like you to know that from now on, please try to use the word gratitude. The moment that you are awake in bed, then take a deep breath, say thank you. Thank you, God, that allow me to breathe for myself without any aid. Have you gone to hospital and see people with all these tubes put over with the oxygen tank? Okay? They cannot breathe without the aid. Did you ever say thank you? Oh, wow, I can breathe by myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of gratitude that I can breathe for myself. And then you get up on bed, you walk to the bathroom, do your number one, number two by yourself. Oh, thank you, God. I can walk. Wow. I don't have to use walking stick. I don't go in the wheelchair. I don't have to use the what and what. Did you ever say thank you? Gratitude. Please look at life differently, because we don't say thank you to God. You can do all these basic things by yourself. Not until you have the headache, you got the temperature, you're bedbound, before you think back that, oh, I should have had the gratitude of the good health that I had. And really, very sadly, people not just having gratitude, they go to abuse themselves, abuse their healthy body, smoking, drinking, drug using. Oh gosh. Oh my God. You just don't know what the coffee look like. Okay, so please look at life differently. Spend more time on gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, whoever that give me this healthy body. Instead of longing for something that is beyond reach. Okay? Right. That's it. Enough. If you're this person who do everything right by the book, okay, but you get nowhere. This person know only just sucking to the boss and get somewhere. If you don't have the book, you are not normal. You don't need to be here. Okay? Right. See, life is just the extension of problem after problem, just like wave after wave after wave, like that. Okay, you have family, children, have something, out of the ordinary, you're in pieces as well. This is another picture that I like to spend time to elaborate. Some of you, especially if you're in the middle class, very comfortable, with your life, a lot of people look at you with envy because you are so perfect in every way. You got the good look. You got the good family, good partner, good spouse, good children, okay, good job, good money. Everything is good. And they look at you, wow, they'll envy you. But Only you know that. Only you know that. I don't know what happened to me. Yes, physically, everything. I have absolutely everything that I can dream of, okay? But in here, people cannot see that I am so restless. I seem to have this massive void in my heart. I don't even know how to post the right question. I don't even know. Okay? I just know that this massive void, I cannot fill it up. Money cannot fill it up. Okay? All this material wealth, everything, I cannot fill it up. And I don't even know what I want. This is the most difficult question. Okay? You don't even know how to ask the right question. That is the big problem. Okay? So if this thing have never been rectified, okay, resolved, it will turn into the chronic problem, causing you depression. And when you are depressed, going to see the doctor they all work with the pharmaceutical company. They got to give you the prescription, and then that's it. You end up with taking medication. The only question is that if medication really can help people living happily ever after, you think the world would be like this? No, it won't be. Okay? So, and then parting from someone we love for good give you lots of mental pain. And there is no rule telling you that, okay, all people have to pass before the little one. If the passing jumping the queue, you know that the pain is excruciating. Excruciating, you never forget. This is the last image that I like you to understand about the spiritual lost. Do you know that physically we cannot get lost anymore? Your physical body nowadays with this modern cutting edge technology, no one can really get lost because no matter where you are, Facebook, Google, whoever, all this technology, they will track you. They will track you all the time. At this moment, if your mobile phone, they know exactly that you are at Phết Ghasem, you are at your Putika Samakom. Okay, this is physically. But mentally, you're lost all the time, that you don't know. Our spiritual loss is very much in the sense that even though you are among a crowd, okay, among a party, among the shopping mall, the theater, wherever, in your family, home, surrounded with all your loved ones, but you have no sense of connection with anyone. You cannot connect with them because you cannot seem to communicate, because people can't seem to understand you and you cannot understand others either. Whenever you want to say something, okay, people talk over you. People talk over you, okay? Or they just, change the subject. Maybe you just like to ask that, hey, come on, everyone. Have you ever thought about why we are here on this planet? What are we supposed to do? What is the meaning of life? People may pause for a short period of time and they burst out laughing. Oh gosh, why are you so serious? Come on, let's go for a drink. You say, quick fix again. Let's go for a drink and think that you are serious. But you are serious with this question, which is the right question. But people cannot connect with you because they don't know. They have all this, form, okay, of answer. So this is the kind of isolation and lost so profoundly, even among the people. And the most profound kind of loss is couple, husband and wife, who literally, physically sleeping on the same bed, but mentally, spiritually, they could be a galaxy away. A lot of couples just don't know what to talk among themselves, just two of them. If they have children, okay, that's fine. Okay, let's talk about children. Let's talk about program on Netflix. Or what are we going to watch on Netflix? But come to this serious question about life, they don't know what to talk about. And this is the most profound kind of loss. Okay? Yeah, that we all face on a daily basis. So, come back to this again. The Buddha, okay, summarize all these questions that we are, all these problems that we are facing with these two sentences that parting from someone or something we love is suffering. Suffering, I mean, boom, 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 okay, from stress, worry, anxiety to depression, breakdown, suicide, okay? Being with someone or something we hate is equally suffering. So all these problems, the Buddha summarized to this. This is in detail, in other words, worry, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, hate, anger, agitation, envy, discontentment, disappointment, panic, all these things. Okay, is the nature of suffering, or boom, 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 that everyone faces on a daily basis. So in reality, you could be sitting very comfortable in your favorite armchair, but mentally you are just like a runaway train without any brake, with the brake failure. Okay, right. This is my question now to all of you. Okay, is there anyone in here or at home? You can tell me later, okay? Is there anyone in here to raise your hand and say that I don't have any of this problem? This problem is the problem that gives you the boom, boom, boom. Is there anyone who have none of this problem? Anyone would like to raise your hand? How about the 8 and 9 years old? You have any of this problem, darling? Would you like to raise your hand and say that I'm fine, I have no problem, I never cry, I never, no? You understand my question? A bit. It's okay, carry on listening, okay. I'm just glad that you can sit here, 8 and 9 years old, okay. Right, how about others? Is there anyone? No? Okay. So, you don't disagree with the Buddha, it means that you agree with the Buddha. Okay, some of you may think that surely life must have some positive things, happy moment, right? Yes, of course. We'll get to that later. But the point is that it was all this problem that lead you to sit here, right? If you're in the comfort zone, you think you'll be sitting here searching for any spiritual knowledge? I don't think so. Because you may think that you don't have the problem. That's why we don't begin with that. So let's have a look. The reason why you did not raise your hand to disagree with the Buddha, it is because all those that I have just finished, I was talking about the first noble truth of suffering. How many noble truths on the night of the enlightenment? How many? Please answer. There are อริยสัจมีกี่ข้อคะ 4. I just see the fingers come out now. 4 ค่ะ very sure. 4 noble truths. So all those that I have just finished, I have just talked about the first noble truth of suffering, dukkha. Okay, the suffering. I don't talk about poverty or anything. So I know we didn't do it in 8 minutes, maybe about a good 20 minutes. It's still something because it will, when you don't raise your hand to disagree with the Buddha, it means that you agree as well as accept that you have problem. That problem is that you accept that you have mental pain or you have suffering. okay? And this is the very important step that we got to accept and recognize that we have problem in our head, in our heart. We have this boom, boom, boom. This, okay? Only then can we move on to the good news. It's very much like you are an alcoholic. When you go to the Alcohol Anonymous, the very first thing that you need to do at the Alcohol Anonymous is that you got to stand up among the congregation, among the group, okay? And then you're going to introduce yourself. I'm Super Green. I am an alcoholic. I need help. Likewise, we work the same. If you want to accept the help of the Buddha, it is very important that initially you got to accept that I have mental pain and I need your help. You need the help from the Buddha. Okay, so you have finished the first noble truth now. Hooray, hallelujah. Please sit it at the front. Okay, so well done. Even though it's 20 or 25 minutes, it saves you a lot of time of reading. The Pali Canon, we got 45 volumes, okay? Maybe a good 5 volumes among those 45 volumes talking about the first noble truth alone. And then we manage it in 25 minutes. Well done, congratulations. Okay, so everyone understood about the first noble truth? Boom, 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 okay? You accept that you have problem. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, going along with your thought is similar to a mental cell being lost in a giant maze, a giant labyrinth, okay? Physically, if you get lost like this, you will find your way out. But this one is just trying to depict, mirror your spiritual loss. And then we send out the signal of the SOS, please someone help me. Yes, of course, the Buddha is the one that can help us. Okay, so my role here is trying to digest what the Buddha's knowledge and his language, in Pali term, all these things, digest it until I have the full understanding myself, and then release it to you, deliver it to you in the modern language that you can understand. Simplify with the metaphor that you can understand. Okay, right. SOS, let's admit we need help getting us out of this giant mess of life, right? Okay? So you'll follow. Is there anyone who have question? Right, let's move on to the better news. Let's move on to the better news.จะให้ใช้อันนี้เหรอคะ You see, you can see that when I teach with my hands as well. I'm very gesticulate. That's why my hand got to be free. Yeah, it's okay. Right. Okay, let's move on to the better news. Let's move on to the better news. If I'm standing here. Now that we admit the inconvenient truth of suffering, here is the good news for you. The good news happened on the night of the Buddha's enlightenment. He found an awesome experience where all mental pain vanished, only peace and stillness. So with this prop, you can understand clearly. The first noble truth of suffering, okay, everyone, look into your own head and your own heart. The first noble truth of suffering is dealing with your mental and emotional turmoil, the unsettlement, okay, from stress, worry, anxiety to depression, breakdown, and suicide. This is the first noble truth of suffering. Then, which is something that the Prince Siddhartha, okay, before his enlightenment, he went through as well in big time. Prince Siddhartha, before become a Buddha, he went through all this suffering himself. This is the reason why he need to search for something that is greater than this. Okay? And then he made it. Okay? He made it in the end. On the night of the enlightenment of the Buddha, he found a state of mind. He found a state of mind that is totally in the opposite from boom, boom, boom. And that state of mind is totally peaceful, calm, and still. Upon finding this state of mind, he knew right away, this is it. He said, this is it. This is it. This is the answer for humanity. Everyone is looking for this state of mind that is totally be in control, at peace, calm, tranquility, balance, whatever that you want to call. These are all label, symbol, represent this one soul state of mind that is so awesome and blissful. Okay? So upon finding this state of mind, the Buddha said that, yes, I know how to help my family as well as humanity as well. There is such a fantastic news, wonderful, awesome. So let's have a look. So upon finding this state of mind, the Buddha make a summary again. He's very good in making summary. So the summary of this state of mind, he said, no happiness is greater than inner peace. Another sentence, Nirvana is the best kind of happiness. So these two sentences, we are going to use the logic to combine these two sentences and make another summary. Nirvana is inner peace. Nirvana is nothing more than our inner peace, which is the best kind of happiness. Okay? Which is also the best kind of happiness. Okay? So please bear in mind, it's very important for all of you to bear in mind, knowing that Nirvana, the term Nirvana is only a symbol, a label. It's not real yet. So what happened today is that we are going to make the state of Nirvana literally actually happen in here, in our head, in our heart. This is the goal why you are being here. Okay? So we are going to make Nirvana happen in the heart, in the head. So this is the role that I want to share with you. To be, okay. Let's have a look. So is that clear so far? So we are here right now at position A. Position A, okay, when a state of mind is in the state of boom, 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 unsettlement. This unsettlement can be ranging from stress, worry, anxiety, restlessness, loneliness, fear, anger, envy, or basically you just losing control of your mind consciousness. Losing your mind is very scary. Whoever had that state of mind before, you know that it is very, very scary. It's very much like you're looking into an abyss, no end to it. Very scary. So, upon the enlightenment of the Buddha have found a state of mind that is totally in the opposite from A. Okay? The state of mind that is totally blissful. Really well balanced, very grounded, very rooted, very calm and at peace. And I love the term in control. Whoa. Losing control is absolutely scary, but in control is wonderful. When you are truly being in control of your mind. Okay? I don't talk about in control of other people. That is controlling. No good. Okay? But in control of your own mind, that is the most difficult task on earth. But if you can achieve that, wow, you have everything. You have absolutely everything. Because you got your life back. Okay? And this is about the third noble truth. Okay? Nirodha. Totally in the opposite of A. So, you can see that there is a journey here. A journey, a spiritual journey, a mental journey from A to B. The Buddha is very unique and very special in the sense that he has found a state of mind, okay, that is absolutely wonderful, magnificent, awesome. But he won't just let us hang out there dry up there. Okay, he gave us the map as how to go from A to B. This map is, let me see if I have this or not. I didn't have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, this map, okay, can you guess that? Okay, so this is the first noble truth of suffering. B is the third noble truth of end of suffering or Nirodha. Can you guess that mindfulness meditation is what noble truth that the Buddha gave us? Number 2 or number 4? Number 4, right? The fourth noble truth. The fourth noble truth, if you call the full length name, is called the Noble Eightfold Path. Have you heard of? The Noble Eightfold Path. It means that there are 8 items. There are 8 items that you must do to engage in this journey from A to B. Okay? The 8 items the Buddha have reduced, okay, have regrouped. You can regroup it into 3 groups, as in wisdom, okay? Wisdom, having the wisdom, knowing that life has a very clear purpose to fulfill. The purpose of your life is to make yourself reaching the state of mind that you can be totally in control of your mind, to make your mind reach that blissful state of mind. Okay? Going away from this losing control. This is a very clear purpose of life that everyone must bear in mind. You are born here into this planet. You have the duty toward yourself to fulfill. That is to get rid of all the obstacles in life and trying to reach the state of mind that you can be totally in control of your mind. And how to do that? You've got to observe the moral precept to begin with, doing all the good things, not to engage in all the bad deeds. But being a good person morally, it doesn't guarantee that you can be at peace. Okay, I will talk about this again later, but really briefly, being a morally good person, you can be taken advantage of, okay, in this modern day. Being a morally good person, it doesn't mean that you have to be a doormat, okay? Being a doormat or being a people pleaser, pleasing everyone, just trying to, keep peace in the family, but make yourself become so miserable. It doesn't mean that. So it means that apart from being a morally good person, you must do one more thing to help your mind be totally at peace, and that is you must do meditation or mindfulness meditation. Another word is vipassana. Vipassana. Okay, so vipassana is the means that can help you to go from A to B. So today, my role here is trying to give you, the instruction how to go from A to B. However, even in the Buddhist country like Thailand, a lot of Thai Buddhists, when we talk about vipassana, they like to think that it's nothing to do with them. Oh, Vipassana is only for monks, only for old people, it's only for all the do-gooder, go to temple. That's all. I'm fine. I got lots of money, I have good family, I have good husband, good children, I got lots of wealth, I don't need Vipassana. Because they like to think that Vipassana is only for broken-hearted people, broken family people, that kind of thing, which is totally a misconception, wrongly understood. So, I'm going to give you the analogy why we need to do Vipassana or mindfulness meditation. So, 3 analogies that I'm going to give you. Okay. The first analogy here, to understand the analogy, we got to come back to this prop first about your life form. I won't talk anything away from your life form, your body, mind, and spirit. Okay. So, please look at this again. We got the body, we got the mind. Mind is your thoughts and your feelings. Mind is thoughts and feelings. And then you got your consciousness, your mental self, or your spirit. So this part, this red part, from now on, I would give it a character. So you got a physical self or physical body, physical self. This part that is called consciousness, from now on, this character would be your mental self. To correspond that, you got the physical self and then you got the mental self. Okay? And this part is your thoughts and feeling, which is the carrier of all your problems. All the problems that happen in this material world cannot jump into your head, okay, as in the material form. They will dematerialize and turn into thoughts and feelings always. Okay? Turn into thoughts and feelings always. Okay, so these are the carrier of all your problem. This is your mental self, which is also your real self. So have a look. When the problem hits your mental self or your real self, can you see that? It disrupts your mental self or your real self. Or in other words, your problem, okay, attack, assault your mental self, chop your mental self into pieces like minced pork. Can you see that? Chop it up. Or in other words, I can also say that your mental self is being lost in your mental jungle. Being lost in your mental jungle, unable to come home. You just don't know whether you're coming or going. You are totally lost. Okay, so what is Vipassana? What is mindfulness meditation? Mindfulness meditation is really, literally, the Buddha come to you, hold your hand, said that, I am bringing your mental self back home. This is the meaning of Vipassana. The Buddha literally take your hand, come on, come with me. I'm going to bring your mental self back home. Home is a safe place. Home is a place that no one can hurt you anymore. That no one is your very own problem, your thoughts and feelings. Can you see that? This is very profound. Okay, so the first analogy of Vipassana or mindfulness meditation is bring your mental self back home. BMSBH. Everyone, today you go back, you all have a booklet as why must we bring a mental self back home? Okay, so can you see that? Can you understand? Can you understand, little boy and little girl? You understand? Vipassana is bring a mental self back home. Why? Why we got to bring a mental self back home? Because a mental self or a soul is being lost in a mental jungle. Okay, so Vipassana is come home. Okay, so that is the first analogy. The second analogy is just for people who still don't quite get it. Why Vipassana? So have a look at this again. Look at this. The red part is your mental self, okay? Your true self. The water in here is your problem, which can be equated to viruses and bacteria, diseases. These diseases is eating your mental self up. Can you see that? Eating your mental self up. So what the Buddha help us is that throw us a pack of medication, a pack of pill. Okay, take this pill. This pill is vipassana. It's vipassana so that you can cure all the disease, kill all this germ within your life form. But the person who got to take this medication, is it your physical self or your mental self who got to take this medication? Which part? Please answer. Physical self or mental self got to take this Buddha's medication? Our mental self, right? Our mental self. Physical self, you take the aspirin, paracetamol, you got the headache or whatever. Okay. But your mental self got to take the medication called vipassana. Okay? Vipassana or mindfulness meditation. So second analogy. The third analogy is the last one. Now, we are here standing at position A, where we have turmoil, stress, worry, anxiety, losing control. The Buddha talked about position B, when you are totally in control of your mind consciousness. He didn't just say that. He gave us a tool. He gave us a transport. And that transport is called, that car is called vipassana, or bring a mental self back home. But the person who got to drive this mental car, is it a physical self or mental self once again? Little boy, can you answer? Which part? Whoever. Can you answer me? Physical self or mental self got to drive this car? Mental self, right? Good, very good. Okay, it is your mental self got to drive this mental car. So that you can go from A, position A, boom, boom, boom. You hate it, you don't like it. It's very suffering, very painful. So that you can get to position B, when you can find your blissful state of mind. Is that clear? So we got three analogy trying to support your understanding why must we do meditation or mindfulness meditation or bring our mental self back home or vipassana. Okay? Right. Are you ready now to engage in practice? Okay. So this is the crunch now. The whole point of all this lengthy introduction is to help you to understand why you need to do mindfulness meditation. So I hope that you're ready. Okay, right. Is there any questions so far? Is there any question? The live stream เขามีเขียน If there is any question from home, you can always write into the live stream, okay? And then my staff will have a look at it. And then I can answer your question later. So please don't hesitate to ask the question. Right, we are going to get to the important part of the course. That is to actually, and walk you back home, or teaching you the skill of how to take the medication that can help to cure your mental pain, or teaching you, I'll be your driving instructor today really, and teach you how to drive this mental car that called vipassana. So once again, we started from here, mental pain. Physically, you are comfortable, but mentally, you are just like a runaway train with the brake failure. So it can be depicted in this picture as well. The illustration here can help you a lot to understand what's going on in here, because these are all the parts that you cannot see yourself in the mirror. However, don't take it too literally, okay? This just illustration, the mirror of how your mind consciousness work. So we got the physical self, and then we got the mental self, And then we got the problem that come with our thoughts and feelings, which from now on I would call with just one word, Jerry. I hope you all know about Tom and Jerry, the cartoon character, okay? I will represent all the problem in here with just one word, Jerry. So, Jerry running wild in your head, okay? Bringing all sorts of type of Jerry in your head. This is the fundamental problem of the first noble truth, that every single human have it all the same. So the knowledge today is not just for the Buddhists, it's for humanity. Please bear in mind, it's for humanity. So it doesn't matter who you are, what nationality you belong to, okay, or what religious belief you belong to, it doesn't matter. What kind of belief system you have, it doesn't matter at all, okay? We just talk about the fact of life of having the mental pain, and we are reaching the point that we want to end our mental pain, and how exactly we can do it. I'm going to give you the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C to Z, okay? So please follow very carefully and then do it as well. So this is the fundamental problem of the first noble truth. We have a lot of Jerry, a lot of problem, a lot of boom boom in our head. And you want to get rid of all this boom boom boom, right? You want to get rid of all this boom boom boom, all these things that Jerry hitting you. Okay? You want to clear all the clutters in your mind and make it totally clear, placid, at peace, calm, and blissful. This state of mind is truly awesome. Let's have a look. Okay? Make a mind very still, very placid, just like the surface of this water. Okay? So how can we do it? How can we do it? This part, okay, please look at it very carefully. I hope that you can see the picture. Is the picture clear at home? Boom. Is it clear? They can see the illustration quite clear, I hope. Okay, so we are getting to the point as how to engage in the vipassana practice, how to bring a mental self back home, how to take the medication, how to drive the car so that we can get to position B. Okay, it's very important that you listen to this part carefully. Right, so we got the physical self, and then we got the mental self. This mental self basically is our consciousness element. I don't use the term consciousness. I give personify, okay, create a character to it, and then we're going to use the character language, okay? Use the character language so that can help you to understand better, right? So our physical body have the physical eyes. Our mental self also got the mental eye. Okay, look. Mental eye. Physical self got the physical eyes. Mental self got the mental eye. This mental eye, or the third eye, is a very ancient knowledge. Ancient knowledge from Vedas. Okay, thousands of years ago in India, people, the wise people at that time, they're all talking about the inner eyes or third eyes, okay, or your sixth sense really, okay, until the entire of the Indian nation, they signify this third eye with the red dot, which is called Bindi, B-I-N-D-I, Bindi. Okay, so this Bindi signify your third eye. Trying to remind people that, look, everyone got the third eye. What is the third eye for? Physical eye is for you to look at the scenery externally in the material world, whereas your third eye, your Bindi, your inner eye, is for you to look inwardly. Look inwardly. Okay, look at the scenery inwardly. So what are the scenery that you are going to look inwardly when you close your physical eyes down? There are three groups of scenery that you're going to look at. That is your breath, your movements, and your physical sensations. Okay? These are the three groups of scenery that you are going to look with your mental eye. With your mental eye or your third eye. Okay? So why you got to look at your breath, movement, and sensations? It is because these are the foundation of mindfulness. Or we use the analogy language. The analogy language is that your breath, movement, and sensations are the homes where your mental self can take refuge. Can you understand easier this way, right? When we use the analogy language. These are the home your mental self can take refuge. Or these three things are the medication or the pill, the tablets that your mental self have to take to cure your mental diseases, your mental illnesses. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the red pill, taking the red pill sensation, the blue pill, and the white pill. Okay, don't get confused. It's only, okay, just follow the analogy language. Or, if we use the analogy of the car, these are the cars, the white car, blue car, and the red car that your mental self got to drive so that you can get to position B. Is that clear? Okay? We use the analogy language and then you understand clearly. So, in actual practice, what you must do to come home, to take the pill, to drive the car, you do exactly the same. One sole action, okay? That is, use your mental eye or your bindi, okay? Wholeheartedly focus fully on your breath, on your movements, on your physical sensations. Okay? So what you must do is doing this. So this man represents your mental self, okay? And the storm at 1,000 miles an hour or to 300 miles an hour, okay? Which, can you see that without this pole, this post, this man, where is going to end up? Okay, he'll be spinning in the sky like Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, okay? So the Buddha knows this predicament that humanity were in. So therefore, the Buddha, upon his enlightenment, he knew exactly how to help humanity. He gave us this pole. This pole is your mental security. This pole is your mental security. So this mental security is your breath, your movements, and your physical sensation that your mental self got to hold on tightly. To hold on tightly is to wholeheartedly focus on your breath, movement, and sensation. Is that clear? Okay, so this is just the instruction. We're going to make it happen in a bit, okay? But the instruction got to be clear first. Is there any question? So what happened is that you're going to separate the subject from the object, okay? You're going to use your mental eye, this part compared to the egg yolk, okay? And look wholeheartedly on your breath, movement, and sensation. Okay, the subject look at the object. Subject look at the object. Make it very clearly. Yeah, when we engage in the practice, it will be clearer to you. So, is it clear, everyone? So first of all, I'm going to highlight or underline the nature of our mental self. So we're going to really focus on, not focus, you're going like your physical eyes. You never have to look for, where's my physical eye, pop it into your eye socket. No, you don't do that. This life form is being born with the embedded physical eyes, right? Likewise, when you close your physical eyes down, this life form is already well equipped with your mental eyes right here. So when you close your physical eyes down, please do not look for your mental eye. Where's my bindi? Where's my bindi? Pop it in. No, don't do that. You close your eyes straight away here, right here, okay? is your third eye. And then you use it right away. Use it to do what? Use it to focus on your breath movement sensation. So I'm going to underline this part for you first. Okay, so please, everyone who are watching at home through live stream, okay, I'd like you to really isolate yourself, okay, take your video, whatever, into your bedroom, shut the door, okay, turn the lights up and really follow the instruction carefully, because it will reach a point that I will use the language, the spiritual, the mental language that only those who follow the practice will understand. Okay, you cannot understand all those language just through thinking and rationally alone. No. Okay, the language will be different now. Are you already here, everyone? Okay, so I'd like you to clear the space on your lap. And my technique will be quite different in the sense that I don't use the traditional kind of technique of sitting cross-legged and then just watch your breath, that kind of thing. I'm going to begin with the sensation, the red home, red pill, and red car, okay, to do this. So I'm going to make your physical sensation really overwhelming so that it can be a very clear pole for your mental self to grasp on quite easily. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to really just beat yourself up and strictly beat yourself. Don't go across the kind of beat as people who sat sitting next to you. Don't do that, okay? Just beat yourself. So we are going to start with the sensation and then move up to the movement and then breathing. And every step of the way, I'm going to explain to you very clearly. Okay, so at home, if you have any question at any point, please write into the comment and then I will answer you later. Right, everyone, are you all ready? Yeah, I need to sit down as well. Right, everyone, please sit still. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and then take a few deep breaths, please. Right. Please follow the instruction carefully. Once your physical eyes are closed down, you still have that very strong sense of self. The strong sense of self that allow you to know that I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm sitting here, I'm so and so, I can hear Superone's voice. All this consciousness, toward your perception is the strong sense of self that allowing you to know that I am here. So this strong sense of self is the result of your consciousness element. Your consciousness element, which is the main component to this life form. This main component of consciousness allow you to be conscious, allowing you to know that you are here, alive, very much kicking and alive. Okay? So this consciousness element from now on, I'm going to personify it into a character that I would call a mental self. So please do not looking for a character that you see in the mirror. This mental self is of formless nature. Is of energy based. There is no form. It's just that very strong sense of self. That's all there is to it. And this mental self also got the third eye, the inner eye. Okay, that bindi, you know where it is. That bindi, that position is your third eye. So use it right away. It's already there, embedded in this life form. So I'm going to make it very clear to you. Underline, emphasize the nature of your mental self. Right, please everyone, use your hand and then smack onto your cheeks, your arms, the other side of your arms, and then your legs. Your legs. Right, okay. Right, after you smacking yourself, you know that your body is in pain or experiencing the buzzing sensation, the tingling sensation of pain, whatever that you want to call. You see, normally you don't analyze any further, but today I'm going to delve into the analysis of what's going on. What's going on is that the buzzing sensation that you like to call the pain, the tingling, at the moment is within your physical body. Within your physical body. And all this tingling sensation, the pain, the buzzing sensation is being witnessed, being viewed, being looked at by your mental self, the subject. Okay? The reason that you know that you have the tingling sensation is because there is a subject. A subject is your consciousness. Your consciousness is the subject, is the viewer, the observer, the looker. This viewer, this observer is viewing, observing the object. The object is your buzzing sensation. Can you see that? I only just tell you exactly what's happened. And this drill is to emphasize, to underline the existence of your mental self or your consciousness. Can you see that? We have been using the term consciousness for eon, since the birth of humanity, really, of this civilization. But this term, we cannot really weave into the knowledge that we can really make use of it in terms of to reduce a mental pain. We talk a lot about consciousness. Okay, but what is that consciousness going to do with me? How I'm going to use that consciousness to reduce my mental pain? This is what I want to know. So this is the answer. So instead of using the term consciousness, I'm going to personify consciousness and turn it into a character like your mental self. Your mental self is indeed your inner self or your true self. I will talk about that later. But at this very moment, what we need to know is to use this character, this mental self character, to come home. Bring a mental self back home. Use this character, this subject, to take the medication that the Buddha have given us over 2.5 millennia ago, so that we can cure a mental illnesses like stress to suicide. We're going to use this character of a mental self to drive this mental transport, this mental car, so that we can go from A, boom, 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 to position B when we can end a mental suffering. Can you see that? just simply turn the term consciousness to mental self, we can create a role play for it, so that we know that this mental self have certain task, certain duty to do, so that we can end a mental suffering. And this is exactly what we are going to do. This is exactly what the Buddha tried to tell us, but we couldn't understand. Okay? So we got the character now. We got the subject, the mental self. So this subject or mental self, the observer, the viewer, the knower, okay, the looker, whatever you want to call, doesn't matter. There is only one soul experience. That is using your mental eye, or your bindi to come home, to take the pill, to drive the car. So from now on, so it means that, here, summarize this part first. It means that at this moment we have underlined, we have emphasized the nature of our mental self now. And from now on, we are going to use our mental self to come home, to take the pill, to drive the car. Right. We are going to start with the red pill, the red car, the red home. 3 analogies, but we use just one. We do just one soul experience all the same, one soul practice. Right, please everyone, use your 2 fingers and massage your temple. It's very important for people who are watching at home to really sit down, close your eyes, and engage in the practice along with us here, please, so that you know what's going on. Otherwise, you will not understand. I can tell you this, you will not understand. Right, and then massage your earlobes. And then smack onto your face. Tap onto your arms. Tap onto the other side of your arms. Onto your chest. Onto your stomach, onto your legs. Right, everyone, sit still. Okay, and then use your mental eye. When I say use your mental eye or your bindi, you know exactly what to do, okay? Your eye is there, it's formless, it's already embedded there. Use your mental eye as the subject and look into the object. The object is your tingling sensation right now. It's the buzzing sensation which are quite overwhelming all over your body. So use the subject, the observer, the viewer. Look into the object, the pain, and look at them wholeheartedly with the full 1,000,000% of concentration. Okay, I forgot to tell you about the golden rule. Yeah, listen to the golden rule now. As you are looking wholeheartedly onto the tingling sensation, if there is any jerry butt in, okay, if there is any thoughts that come into your head that trying to distract you, the golden rule is that do not engage in Jerry, do not compromising with Jerry, do not entertaining Jerry, and always cut the cord. Be very decisive, very courageous, no matter how important those thoughts involve. Do not engage, do not entertain, do not compromise. Cut the cord. You must cut the cord from Jerry so that you can have your mental and spiritual freedom later on. Very important that you follow this golden rule so that you can experience the progress in your meditation practice. Okay, and then divert all your attention toward the physical pain right now. Right, top it up with the mental pain. Yeah, tap your face again. Tap, tap, tap. Tap your arms. Tap the other side of your arms. Tap your stomach. Tap your legs. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, right. Sit still and then use the subject, your mental eye, your bindi. Look at the object, the pain, wholeheartedly with the full 1,000,000% of concentration or mindfulness. Your mind is being filled, being fooled by observing the pain, the tingling or the buzzing sensation. By doing this, you are bringing your mental self back home. By doing this, you are training your mental self to take the red pill, the medication that can cure your mental pain. By doing this, you are driving this red car so that you can get to position B, where you can experience your blissful state of mind. So please do according to the instruction and follow the golden rule. Cut the cord. Your mental eye is the subject, the viewer. Look at the object. The object is your mental, is your physical sensation. Keep on looking at the changing nature of the tingling sensation. It was quite overwhelming a while ago, but it's constantly changing. So look at the changing nature of it. The buzzing sensation have been reducing continuously up till this moment. You can see that it have slowed down quite a lot until it will reach a point that the buzzing sensation following the tapping of your body will be all vanished completely. Suppose that the buzzing sensation from the tapping of your body have by now gone, disappear. I'd like you to notice that in your position like this, as you are sitting in your chair, there are sensations here and there that also act as the home, the pill, the car, as the foundation of mindfulness for you to focus on. But mostly we ignore them because we don't know the importance of it. So I'm going to guide you to have a look. As you are sitting on the seat, the weight of your bottom pressing onto the seat, there is a big area of sensation on your bottom. Please have a look in that area. That is also your red home, red pill. Focus wholeheartedly. If you happen to lean against the backing of the chair, the entire of your backing, leaning against the backing, is another area of sensation that you can look at. Your two hands placing onto your legs, more sensations there. Your bare feet touching the carpet on the floor, more sensations there. How about your clothing? The clothing that rubbing against all over your skin, here and there, more sensations there as well. So every individual will see your very own scenery, inner scenery, according to how you sit, what your clothing is. Okay? So please everyone look at the sensation on your bottom, your back, your two hands, your feet, and all over your body where your clothing brushing against your skin. Look at them wholeheartedly. Okay, as you are looking at it wholeheartedly, you are engaged in the practice called vipassana or mindfulness meditation, which I give the analogy as bring your mental self back home, or taking the medication, or driving the car. All this analogy pointed to one soul experience, one soul practice, all the same. Please do not confuse, don't get confused, okay? Right, next we are going to move to this another foundation, another pill. We're going to move to the blue home, the blue pill, and the blue car, which is your physical movement. There is no need for you to open your eyes to see how you move, okay? Right. I'm going to ask you to use your two hands and then stroke your legs, go around your knees. Stroke your legs and go around your knees. Do it slowly, please. Do it slowly. Create the rhythm of the movement. As you are going around your knee, I'd like you to really lean forward. Lean forward and then lean backward as you are stroking upward. Okay, doing this so that you can create the very distinctive rhythm of the movement. The rhythm of the movement. So use your mental eye, the viewer, the subject, look at the object. The object this time is the rhythm of the movement. There is no need to open your physical eyes, okay? Because your mental eye can distinguish the rhythm of the movement from the sensation. There are different groups of scenery. So look and focus on the rhythm of the movement as you are stroking your legs. However, when you're looking at the rhythm of the movement, you cannot help but also witness the sensation in your hands. As you're stroking, of course, you can see the sensation in your hands, on your legs. You cannot miss that. It's very much like you're looking in the sky. You will see the cloud. You look at the cloud, you can't help to see the sky in one viewing. That is a quite natural kind of viewing, which is quite right. So I'm going to give the analogy as, let's take the two pills together. You can't help but see the rhythm of the movement and the sensation in one go. As in taking the white pill, taking the red pill and the blue pill together in one go. And keep on stroking. We are going to add the white pill as well. So as you are stroking, I'm going to urge you to take a few deep breaths, please. Inhale deeply. Inhale deeply. As you inhale and exhale deeply, your mental eye can also witness your breathing as well. Okay, so from now on, I'm going to urge you to use your bindi or your mental eye, your third eye, to view these three groups of scenery all together in one viewing. So view your breath, your movements, and your physical sensation all in one viewing. And choose to emphasize, to focus on whatever that is most obvious to you. Like at the moment, the most obvious to me is the stroking and the sensation. The breathing comes and goes, but I can see those as well when it comes. Okay, so I'm going to leave you do this for a few minutes, and then please follow the golden rule as do not engage with your thinking, do not compromise with Jerry, do not entertain Jerry, and always cut the cord. No matter how important your thoughts involve, you pay no attention. Just cut the cord and come back home to your breath, movements, and sensation always. Okay, so do that, please. Thank you. And I hope you're doing at home as well. Breathe deeply from time to time and focus wholeheartedly with 1,000,000% of concentration. Don't drift along with Jerry. Cut the cord. Make it very clearly to your experience that your mental eye is the subject, looking at the object. Do not drift along with Jerry. Cut the cord. Right, everyone, please stop stroking, sit still, and right away, seamlessly, look at your breath and the tingling sensations all over your hands and your arms, your legs. Let your focus, your mindfulness continue seamlessly. Still looking at your breath and whatever the sensation that have left. Don't forget the sensation on your bottom, your backing, your hands, your legs, your clothing rubbing against your skin. The significance of all these sensations is that they are the home where your mental self can take refuge. They are the medication for your mental self to take to cure your mental illnesses. This stage of meditation is trying to reduce the population of Jerry or the population of your thoughts, reducing the size of the clutters in your head, in your heart. So therefore, it is very important for you to fully focus and do not entertain Jerry. Always follow the golden rule of cutting the cord. Very direct, very straightforward. Right, please everyone, please fist your both hands and then thump your legs from above your knees upward, up and down, thump, thump, thump. And then we are taking the 3 pills again. The white pill, your breath. The blue pill, the movement, the motion. And the red pill, your physical sensation. They're all blending into one. So look at these 3 groups of scenery wholeheartedly with full 1,000,000% of concentration. Right, that's it. Sit still and then straight away, seamlessly, watching your breath and the buzzing sensation all over your body. As in bringing your mental self back home. This is the action of vipassana. The term vipassana means inner, as in inward, sight, as in scenery, inner sight, meditation. Meditation is concentration, is focus, having awareness toward. Inner sight meditation is the meaning of vipassana. So you can see that we are literally doing that. So it involves the mental eyes, your bindi, your inner eye, third eye, watching the inner scenery as in your breath, your movements, and your physical sensations. See, vipassana, inner sight, focus on your inner scenery is the exact meaning of vipassana. And we are doing just that. Literally. Right, you can see that the overwhelming, tingling, buzzing sensation after the tapping by now have all reduced its intensity. Some of you may have disappeared altogether by now. So at this stage, I'm going to urge all of you to look into your head now. As I said earlier, that the first and the second foundation of mindfulness in focus on your breath, movement, and sensations. These stages are the factor, the causation that aim to reduce the size or aim to reduce the clutter in your head and your heart. The clutter which are made by Jerry. Jerry are your thoughts and feelings, emotion. So the Buddha designed the first two foundations of mindfulness, focus on your breath, movement, sensations, as the factor to reduce the clutter or to clear the clutters in your head. Reduce all these rubbish thoughts and feelings. Or reducing the population of Jerry. Trying to use the different kind of wording, the analogy language, so that you can understand clearly. So those are the causation that we put in. A good 20 minutes now. Provided that you follow the golden rule in not to engage with Jerry, not to compromise, to entertain Jerry or your thoughts, and always cut the cord from Jerry. It will lead you to the fruition, to the result, to the effect, of this practice of the causation that you put in. That is the experience of the reduction of Jerry, the reduction or the disappearing of the clutter in your head, in your heart. So, I will give the analogy of, right, I've got to say first that if you're watching at home, you will not follow me now if you don't engage in the practice with me. Because I'm going to talk about the scenery within, not without. So all this language, it may make sense, but you don't have a clue what the experience is like. I'm teaching based on the scientific method. I'm trying to help you to produce the actual experience of your inner peace, and then I'm going to talk based on to that experience, okay? So you really have to follow with the practice, engage the practice before you can fully understand the clarity of this whole concept, of this whole perspective. Right, everyone, I'm going to give the analogy of your head and your heart like a road, and this road has been run by your thoughts or Jerry. Jerry is the car using your thought, using the road in your head, okay? Right. So when you are in the normal situation, you know, a day-to-day event, Jerry run in and out of your head, you know, so rapidly. You got to plan, you got to think of this and that, this of that, all the time. So this road in your head and heart has been sped away with the heavy traffic of Jerry. Heavy traffic of Jerry, and then bring you up and down your emotional scale from, you know, stress, worry, anxiety to depression, breakdown, or whatever, as well as the positive emotion and feeling as well, not just in the dark side, the positive side as well, to be fair. Okay, but today we have begun a course with the first noble truth of mental pain or mental unsettlement, okay, that the Buddha called dukkha or suffering, which leads us to this practice of the full foundation of mindfulness or vipassana, which I call bring a mental self back home, because you accept, you recognize that I have the mental pain and that I need help. When you need help, you come to a course like this, like today, and then I help you with this tool. This tool is called mindfulness meditation or vipassana or bring your mental self back home. This is the tool that can help to reduce the size of your mental pain, which by now we have come to, we have practiced for a good, let's say, half an hour already. We have put in the effort of training a mental eye, a bindi, to wholeheartedly focus on a breath movement and sensations. Now we are going to look at the effects, look at the results, look at the fruition of this practice of the causation that we have put in. So ideally, according to what the Buddha have guided us, provided that you wholeheartedly focus on your breath movement and sensation and cut the cord from Jerry always, the size of Jerry, the population of Jerry will be reduced drastically. So, I like to urge you to look into your head and see with your mental eye if the traffic of Jerry have slowed down yet. If the traffic of Jerry have slowed down, you will begin to see the gap in between the two thoughts. That is, the very last thought that have just left, and the forthcoming thought, forthcoming Jerry that hasn't yet arrived. You will begin to see the space in between two Jerry, which I call your mental space. This mental space you cannot see prior to your meditation practice because of the heavy traffic of Jerry, and especially when you have issue, when you have problems, when you have something that really bothering you in your head, in your mind, due to whatever circumstances in your life, predicament right now. You be constantly being bombarded by the heavy traffic of Jerry. Think, fail, think, all this boom, 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 like a runaway train. Therefore, you could not see the space in between Jerry. The space in between Jerry can only manifest itself when you come to engage in your vipassana practice. Engage in the mindfulness meditation. Bring your mental self back home. So I'm going to urge you to look into your head and see with your own mental eye whether you are witnessing the mental space. I'm going to use a few wording, adjective, to describe the nature of the mental space for you. The mental space is being silent. First of all, silent. Because Jerry is the talker, is the microphone, is the speaker. Talk. And when Jerry is spaced out until you see the mental space, void of Jerry, that void of Jerry is silent, quiet. No echo of sound in your head. There is no mental monologue, talking to yourself. Instead, it is silent. It's silent in your head and it is very still in your heart. Apart from being silent and still, all the wording like blissful, calm, peaceful, balanced, harmony, grounded, rooted. It is also very simplistic, very ordinary, very grounded, very simple. Very quiet. And just simply feel great. Simply feel good. Simply feel problem-free, heartache-free, stress-free. So this experience, if you're witnessing, I'm going to ask you later in a bit. This experience is the nature of position B that the Buddha have found out on the night of his enlightenment 2.5 millennia ago. Very simplistic and ordinary, yet very blissful. So, it is very important for me to know whether you are witnessing this state of mind or not. So, I'm going to ask you the question, and you're going to answer to me with the word yes. The question will be like, are you seeing or are you witnessing your mental space? And if you are witnessing your mental space, after I shout 1, 2, 3, you're going to shout back to me, say yes. Yes, it means that I am witnessing the mental space. And then I can carry on. So I'm going to give you the time to observe again inwardly and see if you are witnessing the scenery that is silent, the scenery of your mental space. The symptom of the mental space is silent, still, blissful, calm, tranquil, balanced, simplistic, ordinary, or just simply feel good. I'd like you to be very confident. I'd like you to know that no one, absolutely no one, that can answer this for you but yourself. I don't have the ability to look into your mind, and I don't want to do that. Your mind is your very own private territory. Very private, very intimate. It's yours. You don't want anyone to look into your mind. You, only you would know how you feel, what you experience in there. And you cannot produce that experience for me as your teacher to tick for you whether it is correct or wrong. You got to tick it for yourself. My role is trying to provide all the explanation, the instruction, the wording, the symbol, the label to describe the experience of the mental space. That is my role as a teacher, as the instructor. But you got to work the rest of the work by endorse for yourself whether you are witnessing that experience of mental space or not. So it is very important that you got to be very confident toward your very own experience. If you see or witnessing the mental space, even just 3 seconds, which is not long at all, you are qualified to say, yes, I've seen it. Only 3 seconds, okay? Tuk, tuk, tuk. That's all. You see 3 seconds of mental space, and then maybe another Jerry walking in, disappear. And then see the mental space, another 3 to 4 seconds, another Jerry come in and disappear. Like this. So I'm going to get quiet now, and then when I talk again, I will ask you the question. And I like to hear your answer please cooperate with me because this part is very important. All of us here, we are engaging in the scientific-based process of proving to the world that the teaching of the Buddha worked or not. The teaching of the Buddha, especially Vipassana, is timeless. It's timeless. It doesn't matter when you're going to practice. It always works in the sense that you put in the causation like this, you will gain the result, the effect like this. Right, I'm going to keep myself quiet now and then allow you to look inward and see your mental space. Right. If you are witnessing the mental space, even though just 3 seconds, you are qualified to shout back to me with the word yes. Please shout back quite loudly so that everyone can hear you from home, okay? 1, 2, 3. Quiet. Okay, start again. Please cooperate with me. Be confident. If you are seeing or witnessing your mental space, even just 3 seconds, please let me hear you say yes loudly. 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay? Okay, I can't shout one more time, just together. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yes, very good, thank you. Okay, even though we are a small group here, okay, but I can hear that the majority have said yes. Even the little one. Okay, if you shout back yes, it means that you are witnessing the mental space. The mental space that is totally quiet, silent and blissful. Okay, now this state itself, this state of mind itself, in fact, has no language that can penetrate because it's totally silent. Nevertheless, for the sake of teaching and communicating, I'm the teacher, the instructor, to help you to understand. I must use the label, the symbol, the language to help you to understand further this state of mind, okay? So listen very carefully. Keep on looking at this silence, this mental space, and then listen to this instruction. This mental space is the very experience that the Buddha have witnessed upon his enlightenment, of course, with the much higher intensity. But even though we don't have the level of intensity like the Buddha's on the night of his enlightenment, even though we have just a small fractal of that, I like you to know that it is still the same experience. The same experience in the sense of void of Jerry. And in the general feel, the general experience is being at peace, being very blissful, tranquil, very well balanced, okay, very grounded, very simplistic, very ordinary, or just simply feel good and quite awesome as well. This is the experience of problem-free, stress-free, issue-free, heartache-free. All the symptoms that we experience in position A come to here, it's all vanished. So this is the state of mind that I represent with position B in the illustration that I showed you earlier. And as I promised earlier, I said that the Buddha have said that, gave us the summary of this experience that no happiness is greater than inner peace. He talked about this experience that you say, yes, I have seen it. There is no happiness in the world that can be greater than this inner peace. Nothing. Okay? And secondly, the Buddha said, Nirvana is the best kind of happiness. Hence, Nirvana is inner peace as well as the best kind of happiness. So, what happened is that for the sake of communication, for the sake of delivery of the knowledge, spiritual knowledge, it is important for us to use the language, the label, the symbol to communicate. So therefore, the Buddha chose the term, choose the symbol or the label as Nirvana to represent this mental space that is the inner peace, that is the best kind of happiness. You follow? I hope you follow, okay? So it means that we are turning the term Nirvana as the label, as the word, as a vocabulary, as a symbol, turn into some real, turn into a real experience inwardly that you have witnessed, that you are witnessing right now. Now, I'd like you to really follow this part carefully. Now, come to this part. Every one of us sitting here, maybe including those who are sitting at home and follow the practice with me as well. What I'm talking right now about the mental space is based on every individual experience that you are witnessing the mental space as a result of bringing your mental self back home. We really make it happen as the actual experience. We make the word Nirvana manifest itself by using the technique of vipassana, or bring a mental self back home. That is, using a mental eyes to focus on the breath movement and sensations. That is the causation that we have put in, the technique we have put in, so that we have now produced the effect, the result, the fruition of mental space, or Nirvana. So the term Nirvana is only a terminology, a label. So this is the glimpse of Nirvana for you, the actual taste, the actual taste of nirvana for all of you. Right, everyone have a look of your experience again. And I'd like to hear you shout back again if you are witnessing the state of the mental space or nirvana, a glimpse of nirvana. Now have a look. Please do not overlook. This mental space is that simple. Extremely simplistic and ordinary. I hate to use the word extraordinary because it's nothing extraordinary. It is complete ordinary. Absolute ordinary. So don't look at any glitter, anything that is, extreme, out of the world. No. Very simplistic. The most distinctive experience is silence and stillness. Complete silence. All this mental monologue come to an end. Right. If you are still witnessing the mental space or this glimpse of nirvana, please answer to me very clearly and loudly that yes, okay? After I shout 1, 2, 3. So if you're witnessing the mental space, please say yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Try again. Please cooperate. If you're seeing the mental space, okay? After the 3, just say yes. Start again. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, yes, very good. Very good. If you shout back yes, it means that from now on you are trying to be familiar, okay? Trying to be very familiar with this experience. Learn from this experience. Be very familiar. Try to be very familiar with this experience, which is very ordinary, as well as lengthen. Okay? Lengthen the experience to last longer. So what I'm going to ask you to do is that treat this mental space as yet another group of scenery on top of your breath, movements, physical sensations. So instead of viewing just 3 groups of scenery, breath, movement, sensation, you will always notice the 4th group. That is your mental space, no matter what you do. So please everyone, massage your temple. Notice your mental space. Massage your earlobes. Notice your mental space. Tap onto your face. Notice your mental space. Tap onto your your arms. Notice your mental space. Tap onto the other arm. Notice your mental space. Tap your stomach. Notice your mental space. Tap your legs. Notice your mental space. Really notice your mental space. You've got to be very familiar with it. Right, sit still and then distinguish really clearly that the buzzing sensation is embedded within your physical body, whereas the mental space is within your mental self. Now, if you see this clearly, can you shout back to me as a yes? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And then the next stage that you got to train yourself is that when you open your eyes, you're going to notice your mental space as well, no matter what you do. So have a look for a brief moment first. Before we open our eyes, I'd like you to top up the intensity of your tingling sensation. So tap onto your cheeks, tap onto your cheeks. Tap onto your legs, really whack onto it. Okay? And then open your eyes slowly. Open your eyes. So once your eyes is open, okay, your mental eye is not shut or anything. It's still there. It's still very much there. So use your mental eye to look at the buzzing sensation here on your physical body, as well as looking at the mental space here. So the whole point is that you got to try to be familiar with the mental space. This is the glimpse of nirvana. So at this very moment, if you can see both the sensation and the mental space, please shout back to me as yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay. Okay? So practice in this way. I'd like you to know that the first two foundations of mindfulness, your breath, movement, and sensation, is the technique that reduce your mental clutter. Your mental clutter, all this mental monologue, chit-chat, chattering, in your head, in your heart. Okay, it can be reduced through knowing your breath, movement, and sensation so that you can see the mental space. So by just focus on your breath, movement, and sensation, you will begin to see your mental space. So it's just the space in between the previous Jerry that have just gone and the forthcoming Jerry that hasn't yet arrived. So this mental space is what the Buddha called nirvana. But the way that we are witnessing nirvana is only just a glimpse, chimlong, a glimpse. Okay, with the lower brand of intensity compared to the Buddha's enlightenment, but it's still the same kind of experience. The most distinctive part is that void of Jerry. And this distinctive part is that it's silent. When it's silent like this, you feel that it's just so absolutely relaxing. Because when you have Jerry, it just really, it's just too, the energy got to be burning in your head all the time. Okay, very intense. But when you experience this mental space, you will know for yourself as the experience that it's just so relaxing, so blissful, at peace, and silent. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Is there anyone who didn't experience this space, even just briefly? The two little one, did you see this? Is it silent in here? I heard you shout yes. Okay. Is there any question? Katie, is that okay? Did you see this mental space, even just briefly, 3 seconds? Yeah. You have seen, even just briefly. Yeah, okay, that's good, very good. It means that from now on, what you need to do is to lengthen. So, we are going out to have a lunch, okay? Go to toilet, all these things. No matter what you do, I like to really notice this mental space always. Because this is your mental security. Mental security. Jerry is not your mental security. Jerry is the part that can, give you havoc sometimes. Okay, give you the turmoil. Okay, your mental security is your mental space. It's this state of, silence from Jerry. So it's very important that you are familiar. You see, in the past, we are familiar with Jerry, lots of Jerry. We are familiar with that. Okay? But now, I'd like you to be familiar with your mental space. I'd like you to be familiar with your mental security. These are the nature of home. So apart from your breath movement sensation, okay? This is yet another home where your mental self can take refuge. In fact, the mental space is the contents of the third and the fourth foundation of mindfulness, okay, which today we won't cover. We don't have time to cover that. Today, regarding the practice, we only cover the first and the second foundation of mindfulness, that is knowing your breath and movement and sensations. But these two foundations leading you to the third foundation now, the mental space. Okay? So from now on, just notice this mental space as your third home that you can take refuge, no matter what you do. And whenever you lost it, you lose it, okay, because of Jerry come in, you will miss that because you know that this part is awesome. It's blissful, and you will miss this state of mind. So when you lose it, okay, in the future, you know how to come back. How to come back is come back to this practice. So it means that from now on, you must discipline yourself. Discipline your daily life, get up a bit early, or allocate the time, commit yourself, even just 15 to 20 minutes that you can do your structured meditation seriously. What I mean by structured meditation is that you sit, allocate a place, okay, in your shrine room, whatever, okay, sit still, can be on the floor, in the chair, but with your eyes closed, take a deep breath. You can use my technique as tap, 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 okay, to begin with, so that you can reduce the size of population, of Jerry population drastically. It can help you into this mental space quite rapidly. So it's very important that you must discipline yourself, okay, so that you can produce this mental space more often. So always think of, you got to charge your battery, okay, your phone battery. You put in the charge so that it can be a 100% charge. Exactly like that. When you pull the phone out, those battery will keep on releasing its energy all through the day. Likewise, structured meditation is about charging the energy to your body, to your mental self, fully charged. And then when you come out, okay, when you come out of structured meditation, you carry on engage with your non-structured meditation. That is, every time that you are walking, talking, doing things, engaging in your daily task, your daily chore, Okay, washing, cleaning, cooking, driving, whatever that you do, you can do that momentarily meditation. Okay, and then always notice your mental space. Is that clear? Okay. Is there any question before we have our lunch? Any question at all? Any question? No? Well understood? Okay. If at home, if there is any question, please write into the comment and then I will answer you, okay? Right. So in the meantime, we are going to, we have the lunch break. And then 1 hour of lunch break. When you come back, my staff will put in the Tai Chi video for us to do, the English version that you can do, and then I will come back. When I come back, we are going to talk about our real self, okay, as well as the 5 elements, the component of our human life form or Khanha, human life form, okay, to end the course of today. Yeah, thank you very much everyone, all of you here and at home. Thank you. I'll see you later. Thank you. Yeah, bye for now.